Oh, yeah. Done.
Aloha Dime. And hello and welcome to the Velveteen Lounge. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you.
Hey, look. Well,
Oh my gosh.
I think we got the crowd who were
And
in the
hi,
queue.
Errol. Good
and
to
ready to
see you.
go.
Okay, now that Paul's next to me, I have a very important question. Do I food my teeth?
As far as I can tell, no.
We just ate like 5 minutes ago.
We
Hi, Casey.
Very good. Hey, Casey. Oh, thank you. Yeah, good. Thank you for remembering.
Thank you for tuning in.
We have very good reason to be here a little later tonight, despite the fact that we're actually on time for this broadcast.
I can't believe we're on time.
Well, baby, but
in
with
shock
later,
that we're on
later
time.
arriving at the house and setting this sucker up
Oh my
because
gosh.
we saw a hilarious show.
We did. We saw
tonight.
the funniest play today, so we'll tell you all about it. But
Tell you all about
but it got us home like not very long ago. So. Hi, Jean, and hi, Peter. Hi, Mom. Good to see all of you over there on Facebook. Yay! Happy
Hello.
Wednesday. Yes. Okay. So those of you in New York, it closes December 1st. But if you can go see Celino v. Barnes, highly recommend.
Anybody
It's so funny.
who was around watching TV, New York television, like 90s, O's, etc., could not the commercials. They were everywhere. And you could like sing their jingle.
Oh,
what
Lisa,
was their
love
phone
your
number
shirt.
again? Oh, thank you. Yeah.
888-8888. But they had
They were epidemic. They had billboards. They were on.
But apparently
buses,
they had
everywhere.
offices in New York, but also in California.
Yeah, there was a
I
Los
guess.
Angeles
So
office.
yeah. So if you remember Celino v. Barnes, or even if you don't, go watch the commercials on YouTube.
The commercials are pretty hilarious, and they are talking about this is the rip at every
They're
ambulance
ambulance
chaser
chasing law
out
firm.
there, period, which is just really pretty funny.
It's so funny. So I would say if you are in New York or can get to New York, go see Celino v. Barnes.
Mhm.
We were dying. It's like 75 minutes long.
It's not that much. It's just one act.
It's not a big
It
commitment.
just goes, and it's just this really hilarious.
So
take.
hilarious.
I would call it a biopic, except no, they took a lot of liberties because they were just having a lot of fun with this thing. So that's good.
But I mean, because their real life story is crazy too. So like the play is, they took it over the top with the craziness.
They had a lot of fun.
But
a lot of fun.
But the real story of Celino and Barnes is kind of nuts too. So
yeah, there we go.
Oh, Casey switching to YouTube. Okay, all right.
Go, baby. Remember that we're on both platforms,
yes.
YouTube and Facebook. So if one of these conks out on you, just go to the other. We'll be there too. That's why if we're responding in the comments, you can't see. You're like, what's that all about? We're seeing it all. Just it funnels into the StreamYard and boom, boom, boom.
I don't think I've missed anyone, but
now since we are on a new plan for StreamYard, which actually costs us significantly more than it used to. Thanks, StreamYard. There I go, biting the hand. They, among other things.
Hi, Eric. Good to see you.
It allows us to finally broadcast in 1080, and we are. So now we're at full definition.
Oh, there's Casey over on YouTube.
There's Casey.
Hi-Fi Desert is Casey.
He just switched right over, baby.
Sorry, Casey. I don't know if I should have outed you, but anyway.
Well, as if you can't figure out who Casey.
Anyway,
I'm telling you. So that's the stuff. But this is fun. So, like, if you're watching us on like a pretty decent sized screen, maybe in one of these really big screens, some folks like to watch on the big TV. You might see the resolution increase by like 25%, just like that. Boom, like it. Actually.
Hi, Julie. You need to buy more Halloween candy. I know how that goes.
yeah. What happened? Like
I know
that the bucket was full yesterday. I don't know what happened. Boom, 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 boom. That's the story around here.
Out at 57.
I'm out.
Anywho.
Do you mind if I turn the lights up just slightly? I feel like we're a little dark.
Okay. I thought it was good for Halloween. Do you?
Pretty good. Let me see.
I gotta
be very careful.
Can't see our towel. Hold on. I'm fluffing. I'm fluffing our towel. Okay. I know that sounded like something else. It's time for a drink. It was the theater served drinks, and they looked really fun. But we had to leave to come here. So maybe we can have a drink like we would have had at the theater.
I'm going to recreate one of their. They had two specials. I think they have a full bar back there. You probably could get whatever the heck you like. Some people really favor the old-fashioned cocktail. Simple, good, direct. Some people really love the Manhattan. That would be the two of us. Martinis, why not? But they had two specialty drinks, the Celino and the Barnes. And they both look good. And I think I'll make the Celino because I feel like that. What's up here?
Look at this.
No, really? Film?
Not
foam?
that. Yeah.
Whoa.
No, get that out of here.
Wow. This was from the dishwasher.
I know.
So much for that. So much for that Cascade shine.
This one's. Ew, this one's good.
All right, I'll get you a good one.
This one's got residue as well. Just don't call me late to dinner. Anyway, I'm gonna make a drink, but I need a champagne flute. So.
I need to claim that one too.
Oh my gosh.
Here,
all right.
You're going to need to dry this off. Why don't you actually dry it off with one of these fine bar towels?
Oh, you washed it? Oh, thank you.
I'll give it a wash.
Okay,
yeah.
I will. I'll use a.
And just look at that shine.
Velveteen Lounge kitchen towel. They dry your glasses 67% better than average towels. Someone bugged your dishwasher. I don't know. Yes, these glasses were gunky. Okay, it's so much better. Okay. Now, where was I? So, I know we're doing Halloween, but the movie this cocktail is named for is very dark. So, I thought it was in keeping. So, tomorrow, October 17th would have been, well, still is, Rita Hayworth's birthday, the actress Rita Hayworth.
Right.
And so anyway, I'm making a cocktail that I made long ago called Put the Blame on Mayhem. So there's a movie reference there. I'll let you tell me if you get it. But in honor of Rita Hayworth's birthday, I'm going to make Put the Blame on Mayhem.
It's a good number.
I'm adjusting it slightly from the way I originally did it.
If you recognize the composers on that number, you're probably going to get closer to the movie you're talking about. Yes. I won't tell. Yes. But well known in its time. And
it's your brother's birthday too, Errol. Nice.
Yes. And there's a very recognizable soundtrack album cover because it sold like a gazillion copies. So it's actually it's a cool painting on the cover. So
I'm starting with an ounce of coffee rum.
Lovely.
I'm using Bonham Pack.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Rum.
That's good stuff, as I recall.
This pour top is...
I used that recently.
I'm afraid I'm going to...
I made drinks for a friend for whom I repaired his receiver. 19 vacuum tubes. And there was a drink. I wanted to make the...
He's getting the same thing I got back here.
Nothing. So I made a couple of Mr. Valley Highs, and that actually calls for coffee brandy. I'm like, well, we don't have that, and I don't think we can really get that outside of like Maine or New Hampshire. And I'm not really going to any special things for that. So I actually recognized we had this and said, oh, boom, and just use that, and that worked just fine. No worries. Nice coffee flavor.
All right.
By the way, anybody who is watching us on the rebroadcast, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Views of you, it's very good.
Some Eric got it. It's Gilda. The film is Gilda, which is very dark. So I think that's Halloween adjacent. It's not a thriller or a horror film, but some thrills.
There are thrills. It's definitely in the film noir category, which is of course a term that happened after the fact. But a lot of stuff made within that period has that look and that tone. And then it's all about the tone with the film noir.
Since I'm
do you need
adjusting it
take care of this
for tonight?
There we go.
We stopped to get more sour cherry liqueur on the way home, and they didn't have any.
Damn it!
So I picked up the next best thing, which is the American Fruits Black Currant. And I figured we could use that for other drinks tonight too. And black Halloween.
For instance, the Cure Royale.
I think I'm going to change the name to the Gilda. I'm going to change the name of this drink to Gilda.
This is a little sticky already.
Awesome.
I'll be honest with you.
Okay, I'm going to change the name of the drink to Gilda since I've changed it up a little bit. Okay, so now it's the Gilda. Okay, so 1 ounce of the coffee rum. I want to pack coffee rum. Where didn't I put that?
I think it's a good use of term because that's
half ounce
widely considered like her signature movie in terms of like drama, not just dance. And it's a good role, her character is like really pretty rotten, but so is everybody.
Everyone
in the movie, everyone's rotten. People are worse than her.
She's the least awful.
She's the least of these things, but it's that type of thing. Every character has something going on.
Okay.
What was your time? Very entertaining. If I could only.
Okay. I'm going back to the broadcast. All right. So what did we miss? Got him the same thing I got him last year. Nothing.
I'm gonna
Hilarious.
Get you. I didn't get
nothing. Yeah, Eric got
nothing.
Yes. Okay. So ½ ounce of the black currant liqueur for the Gilda.
Naturally, I was thinking about birthdays and Xmas. That'll be here in no time, people, like 2 months. And I was quoting the song Santa Claus by the Sonics. What'd you get? I didn't get nothing.
Jeez. Okay, so put that back over here.
Aloha, Johnny.
That's right. It's way too early in the broadcast.
Our pirates be here.
To be as sticky as I currently am.
Seriously, you pick up one bottle, you're like, what?
So
it's a new model.
Right.
I think it tipped over in the shipping crate.
10
leakage
dashes. I can't open anything.
I can't imagine. I need that rubber gripper thing,
10 dashes chocolate bitters.
Johnny is name checking the moon, our satellite. Isn't that cool?
Hi, Johnny.
It is big and fat up there. It is looking great.
Yes.
In fact, we just went over a railroad.
Oh, the comet. I haven't seen the comet.
Oh, yeah. That's supposed to be available. I got to figure where the hell that is. We get a lot of light pollution.
I need
what you need?
I need the
bubbles?
Children's Prosecco.
Oh, I'm coming right up. Yeah, that's actually, I got to figure out where that is so I can take a look. They say naked eye. I'm like, yeah, I got a pair of binoculars. I will be able to use those.
So, fill with chilled rosé prosecco.
Is this
right back?
Yes, you do. I will get busy opening this sucker here. We just crossed a railroad viaduct, which we do every time we go into the big city, which has been there since 1909. How about that? Then we went through a tunnel. It's been there since 1911. How about that? Big fun. Infrastructure is old, but you're crossing and it's literally east-west. So we were literally going like dead south on this thing. One side of us east, one side is west.
Hi, Robbie.
East at that point is pitch black, and I see this big fat old moon coming up. I was like, wow, right over the mountains.
Oh, last night or
tonight? Yeah. That was pretty impressive because the other side you could still see sunset happening. Yeah. It's just just below the horizon. It's getting very, very dim, but the other side it's already very dark.
Western sky. Okay. All right.
Western sky. 15 to 45 after sunset. So I think we're past prime time, but we will try tomorrow. Thank you for the shout there, Casey. I still have the old telescope, and I just
so many uses for your
embarrassed to
say
I just found my objective lens so I could take a look on that too, in case.
Oh, Robbie's birthday's the day before Halloween. I love it.
How about? I love it.
Was that fun as a kid?
Yeah, that should have been a lot of fun. Get presents, and then it's like, let's go out for candy.
Oh my God, I can't. I'm so challenged
you need,
tonight.
A little bit of, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm determined, but I don't want to knock this over. It was fun. Good.
Okay. Casey, that's correct.
I'm gonna
remember, like during our because you were there.
I'm gonna get one thing open tonight by myself.
Damn it, I'm gonna do it. She's determined. This may take a while, but like we're good. I might need an ice pack for her hand after this. Bang!
Did it!
I did it. Son of a! I'm not going to complete that. Yeah, that was the telescope, Casey. You might remember I whipped that out during our rehearsal dinner because somebody got on to talking to, I believe, our friend Zach and talking about
Prosecco.
Yeah, we could see Jupiter. I'm like, well, that's Jupiter up there, and you can see the moons if you have the correct instrument. He's like, really? It's like, I can get it right now. So I just set the thing up and like focused on that sucker, and people were looking at the moons.
Hi, Gettysburg, ma'am.
You can see 4 moons pretty easily with a decent power telescope. If you want to see like rings and color and all that sort of thing, you got to get a much larger instrument than I got. I've got Empire Scientific.
I don't know,
kind
for
of
some
thing.
reason
It was cool. I had that as a teenager. It was great.
You're saying you could see 4 moons. For some reason, that was making me think of Ralph Cramden. Like, I'll make you see 4 moons.
To the moon, Alice. Bang, zoom.
Put that away.
I will gladly. All these threats of violence, which he never acted on. Threats.
Well, that wouldn't have been a sitcom anymore.
No, this would have been like criminal. So that
that
would have been a problem.
I walked by the Ralph Cramden statue yesterday.
Port Authority.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yep.
If you're ever like in New York and You're walking down, what is it, 8th Avenue past 42nd. There's the Port Authority structure. Itself, kind of a miracle of concrete and, mid-50s presentation, pretty grungy. But if you need to hop on a bus and get out of there, it'll do the job. But in front of that, they did stick the Ralph Kramden statue in honor of, a great New Yorker.
Yeah, he's there with it in like his bus uniform, and he has his lunch.
His lunch pail. It's just very cool.
But anyway, so make a trip to New York before December 1st. Go see Celino and Barnes. Celino v. Barnes. I heard the play is called Celino v. Barnes.
Right.
And go see the Ralph Kramden statue.
Check that out. There's lots of little things like that to see. And if you're there in December, well, you could always head on to Radio City. You can see an ice skating rink and the big tree.
I wish I had a raven, like a little raven or something for this. We got big ravens. That's not going to work. Never more.
So anyway, we actually do have a tiny raven, but it's actually made out of like stone or something. It's really, really hard. It's
yeah. Got that at the Tower of London.
Tower of London, which has ravens, large, big blackbirds. So
Carol says, I saw a cartoon of the astronaut stepping out of the lunar lander. In front was Alice Kramden laying on the moon.
Well, that's funny.
That's funny.
Alice, you made it.
Oh yes, Winter Village. Yes, I walked by there today.
Yes, it
Gettysburg
is.
Man.
I saw that I think 2 weeks ago. They finally taken.
Walked by today.
It was just past the final movies of the summer and past the summer music series. I think is finally done. And suddenly I see that being constructed. I'm like, aha! So there we go. Yeah, it's very cool. That's actually a great thing, and they have a nice skating rink there too. So if you skate, I remember you trying that out one year, and I declined to get on the ice.
It was fun.
One of these days, I'll do it.
Oh, did you notice? Oh, I told you the ice rink is back at Rockefeller Center.
Should be. Last I remember, it was roller skating. I tell you, it seems like just yesterday.
And then they turned it into like a seating area.
Yeah, after that it was
seating area, but now it's an ice rink again.
They put seating up so that they could set up a really huge monitor so people could watch the Olympics. And I remember actually seeing 5 minutes of competition there because I was passing through on my way back from lunch.
Pittsburgh has a skating rink. Okay.
At PBG.
Yeah, the fun thing in New York is there are several in the winter.
If you look around the appropriate places, you can find these great things. There are these epic swimming pools that were put in place in the 30s. I remember one in Astoria, huge thing that had like Olympic height diving. It was just can they allow that today? Well, it was empty at the time. I don't know if they ever bothered to refill that, get it going. I also think you could.
They had Olympic diving into an empty pool.
Well, it was an empty pool, and the whole area was actually locked off. You couldn't get in. Oh. So no idiot's going to get up there and do that unless you want to jump the fence, in which case, your money or your life. And just take your life. That's your issue, man. So what's what?
Dude, the monster mash. Ooh. Oh, okay. One in Chicago. We call it the sidewalk. Oh, McKinn's. Yeah. Okay.
Sure has.
Yeah. The funny thing is, the last 3 days in a row, I've been in the city. I'm so happy I get to sleep in tomorrow. Anyway, Halloween candy.
I was only in twice,
but some Halloween candy.
Oh yeah, good idea. You're thinking about milk duds, weren't you?
I am. I was going to say.
I will. We got a lot of these, so I might as well go for the classic old Kit Kat.
I will confirm this later, but I discovered quite by accident that a nice Halloween candy
combination
pairing is the word I was looking for. Milk duds and bourbon. Don't put the milk duds in the bourbon. That's not what I mean. But no, enjoy the milk duds with the bourbon.
Enjoy the milk duds with the bourbon.
It works.
Caramel, chocolate, bourbon. I think those flavors can well be complementary. As a matter of fact.
What I started to say was, I changed trains in Secaucus. We both do, but I mean, to come home and go into the city, and that's where the Meadowlands is.
Yep.
So I'm seeing every jersey for every team. Everyone's playing. Yep. Hi, Amy. Good to see you.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, the other day it was.
Speaking of interesting candies, she is a practitioner who tends to turn these things up. Shout out.
Oh, okay. I was catching up here. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, the Meadowlands Arena, which is where the New York teams play, in New Jersey, huh? Yeah, that's an issue locally. But anyway,
although the baseball teams play in New York, but I was seeing all kinds of people in Mets
Bronx,
jerseys
Queens.
Today. So
yeah, so that's the thing.
So
that's the thing going on.
Clearly a Mets
Meadowlands is not on top of the Secaucus station, but you can see it from there, and there's a train that'll take you right there. Easy peasy. Right across the swamp where they buried Jimmy Hoffa. No, they did not. So I need to, I think.
You do. I've had a lot of coffee and I'm punchy. I can tell I'm probably going to have a few of these tonight.
So I found something in the files. I'm actually transcribing all our little notes from these lives from probably as much as 10 years ago. I'm finally getting around to saying, what the hell did we make anyway?
Milk Dud.
And I'm up to about 45 or so things. And I'm finding things which we did for horror season. So I thought I will do one of those because it sounds pretty good.
Oh, Peter,
so
your poor teeth.
Figure out what that was.
Your poor teeth and my poor teeth. I'm going to have a Milk Dud right now.
Seriously. I'll tell you about my poor teeth.
I only ever have these at Halloween, but
yeah, they'll pull fillings out.
I don't want to
believe.
I don't need any more expensive dental work. Thank you.
Have you had enough? I have some coming up. I got to do it. And I've got some more. Let's see. I got to remember my passwords here. Get into this thing. And this thing was originally called Autumn Nightmare. We might need to vary that up because I'm varying up the ingredients. So
I can feel it tugging on my fillings already.
Yoink, yoink.
Autumn Nightmare.
The reason I have all these fillings is stuff like Milk Duds stuck to your teeth, didn't brush properly. I tell you.
All right.
Today I'm good. They the last time I had a checkup, they're like, "Oh, your brushing's excellent."
Definitely sticking to my teeth.
Well, it's doing me moderate amounts of good at this age. But so this is 1.5 ounces of brandy. Originally Applejack.
Glad we bought some.
Just killed the Applejack, so I'm not going to use it.
We were just at the liquor store.
I know, but you know, there's only so many things you can buy at one time. And 1/2 ounce of cinnamon. I'm going to use cinnamon syrup.
Okay.
This originally used cinnamon liqueur, probably
Hot Damn.
Probably Hot Damn.
Okay.
I bet that's what we had at the time. 1/4 ounce of triple sec.
You use Grand Marnier?
I will use Marnier because that's what we got.
Okay.
In fact, we killed the prior bottle of the orange liqueur, which was the Creole Shrub, which is very good.
Okay.
And then 1/2 ounce of lime juice. I'm using lemon. Make it lemon. There we go. Totally changing this up.
Is that it?
Kind of changing this up. And yeah, shake, strain, cocktail. That's what I'm talking about. So I will take that brandy.
Typing. All right.
Typing.
Here you go.
There you go.
Man, that is a new bottle.
Yeah, when you buy something that's called a handle and it doesn't actually have the, I'm telling
Amy has to have a broken tooth removed.
Oh,
sorry.
I feel the pain. Right now, I really feel the pain.
I went in for a cleaning a couple of weeks ago.
I'm not going to want to tell you why I feel the pain.
I went in for a cleaning a couple of weeks ago, and they're like, "Oh, that'll be $132," and I'm like, "Okay, so what's for?"
Story.
Things that the insurance doesn't cover.
Why doesn't the insurance cover prophylaxis?
Okay, so I
Question
pay it.
of the moment.
No, so I pay it.
I paid it.
And then yesterday, I get another bill in the mail. Like, did our insurance cover any part of it?
Not much.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to tell you.
My psychedelic Halloween music. Fun. I love that.
Hello.
Oh, Dime finished his Halloween music. Oh, nice. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. I'm very happy to receive
inexpensive dental work. Yeah, no.
I've been listening to basically everything behind us with a few exceptions. Well, let's see. Well, have I heard a lot of these things? I heard Trick or Treat. Frank Zappa and the Mothers. And I think I put on part of Trick or Treat Walt Disney, which has music from the Haunted Mansion on side 2 with a little bit of narrative. I should play the Munsters record. That's actually kind of a go-go record. And I should play Spike Jones. But I've been playing the ones in the other cabinet, which includes things like Little Shop of Horrors, the original movie, which has great jazz music. Very cool. I will take the cinnamon, please. I'm a little agnostic as to whether you use cinnamon syrup or a cinnamon liqueur because they're both pretty punchy. I make this, we make this, and it is, in fact, quite punchy. So
Peter's been listening. Eric's been listening to Zappa's Jazz from Hell.
Ah, there you go. That's heavy synclaver use, as I recall. That was the period where I really got into that. It was a really expensive sampling instrument, but he had a lot of fun with it. And he was also a big proponent of digital recording back in the day when that was like a coming thing.
Paul can answer that one, Peter.
Sal Wayne recordings. I don't have any. And you know what? Here's the thing. I'll make a confession right now. All you rock and roll fans, don't own any Misfits. Yep.
What?
Never did. Well, a friend of mine was into that, and he has like original pressings of Walk Among Us and Earth AD. I'm like, those are like 3-figure records these days. But I remember hearing some of this at the time, and I thought they were pretty cool. So I did never saw them because they conked out like right before I started going to shows. They had a lot of problems, you know. And that's back when you could see them for about $12. Today, that is a 3-figure concert itself. I'll take the triple sec, please.
Or Grand Marnier.
Oh, the Marnier, yes. Marnier is a type of triple sec. It is the original. However, with all the imitators out there, Marnier got sick of having to prove themselves and said, fine, I'm just ready to call ourselves a fine orange cognac liqueur, you know?
I'm so paranoid I'm going to lose a tooth on this broadcast. Okay. But Milk Duds. But Milk Duds.
But Milk Duds. And there we go. And I can reach the lemon. There we go. Arthur Lyman. That's about
lemon Lyman.
There.
Arthur's brother.
Yes.
Arthur's loser brother.
Loser brother. No
lemon Lyman.
No one wants to hear about that guy. That's the fun part. So yeah, I kind of missed my chance to get Misfits recordings for not outrageous money. But now I have something called Record Store Day. And if you want to drop $20-25, you can probably get like a super like thick pressing and purple vinyl of Earth AD, and you'd be happy. And really, that has my favorite recording of theirs anyway.
Let me finish chewing, Eric.
I'll start shaking. Shaking and chewing. Chewing and shaking.
I'm still chewing.
Let it rest. And strain into a preferably chilled cocktail glass. I don't know what's going to happen if we get a new fridge that doesn't have that little freezer portion right there. That's going to be
no, that's probably weren't the way to go for a live broadcast.
I'm sticking to things which are a little easier on the.
Yeah, I'm going to say this for the Facebook people. Eric said, "Let's take a vote: Milk Duds or Goobers." Lisa says Milk Duds. I also say Milk Duds.
I will eat them both. I will say that I'm very fond of like the chocolate covered peanuts or raisins, and I would eat a lot of them. So that's something I do have to sort of portion out. Also, the French burnt peanuts are really good, and I used to be super fond of Boston baked beans. Now those are a cavity pulling candy, so yeah, I got to watch out for those too. But they're kind of fun. They have a sort of a cherry flavor, which is fun. They're awfully similar to the burnt peanuts.
Amy votes Milk Duds.
Goobers because peanuts.
Okay, yeah. All right, Dimes for Goobers. Casey's for Goobers.
Here you go. Oh, let's actually try that out. I think you'll like that. That is.
I think I've had it before.
Cinnamon, obvious, but not aggressive. It's not totally taking over.
Yes, I like that. I like cinnamon in a drink, but not a lot.
I make one drink that has a whole ounce of the syrup, and you think, whoa, but it works. For some reason, it works. I have a whole ounce of lemon in there, too, to balance it out. And that tends to work just fine. That's something called a Playboy. Usually served in a Playboy double old-fashioned glass, because we have a few of those.
Okay, Turbo is saying he bought that record for like $70.
Which one?
Which one? ask them.
Did I get that too?
Hi, Kelly. Good to see you.
Let's see.
I don't know if you did, but
I'll check that out. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, Kelly. Awesome. Here we go.
Coffee. Punchy. I have a iPhone 15, and I feel like my battery is like really weak again.
Whoa.
Is it?
Okay, that's ridiculous.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's actually talking about a completely different. This is a Christmas record, and that is an absurd price. It's easily 10 times what that should go for. We actually own that on a CD that a friend burned that for us. And I'm like, I'm good with that until I find a copy for like $20. And even that is like in excess of what I tend to pay for records. But I'm old-fashioned that way. I'm not catching up with the fact that these days $8 records are now $30 records.
Speaking of records. Anyone thinking of going to the WFMU record fair?
Hello.
We're planning to go Friday, November 1st.
Yeah. This year it's November 1st and 2nd only. They're not doing Sunday. And it is back at the Metropolitan Pavilion. Is that the one?
Yes.
Or is it
ballroom, Metropolitan Ballroom? Like, I forget what they call it.
They're on 18th Street. They're not in Brooklyn. They're not in Brooklyn anymore. The venue in Brooklyn was very good. I actually liked that. And a lot of people like that a lot better than the other pavilions. But I also really like Metropolitan. There's something easy and compact about it. It's pretty easy to work that room. And when you're trying to find like the goods, man, you got to work the room.
Metropolitan Pavilion. We're both wrong.
Okay. Yeah, I'm totally wrong. There we go.
Metropolitan Pavilion.
Yeah. There we go.
Another vote for Milk Duds. Amy's Milk Duds. Yep.
The Duds.
Yep.
And the Goobers. And the Duds. And the Goobers. Nobody voting for Raisinets, apparently. Oh, well. That's okay. I like them. Actually, if you've got like Goobers with dark chocolate, now you're singing the song.
Is that even a thing?
I believe you can get that.
Oh, Dime. I wish you could come.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you did. You'd kill it, man.
Oh, Peter was thinking of heading down on Friday.
Well, hello. We'll check you out.
Let's make a plan, Peter.
Every time we've done this in the past.
We're not going to pay for early bird admission.
No, forget it. I'm going to be there.
VIP early bird.
I'm actually going to go in. One of my work days will be that Friday. Office will be dead. Certainly after 10 a.m. Nothing's going to be happening. So I'll have an easy day of it. And then I'll just start off at my usual time. Head on down to the pavilion and let's find some LPs, people. I like to search through the stacks for very specific things, and I probably don't find that, but I find other things that are cool. She loves like the 3 for $5 and the dollar bins, and I take a look through the 45s to find specific stuff too, because the 45 dealers are dealing with all the DJs. They got all this rare soul and stuff. I'm like, whatever. I'm looking for Christmas records.
Oh, Julie says I vote for mixing them all together. There's an idea.
Now you're talking.
It's like a whole new kind of snack mix.
Yeah.
$1 rubber room. Oh, jeez. Oh, Josie. I love it.
Without the rubber.
So record fair.
Yeah. So we're talking about there are events that happen during it. There's music, which is happening a little later. We may see that. We may not. I think there's some seminars.
Hi, Doug. Good to see you.
Seminars and things. Oh, hello. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Crazy prices. Yes. Aren't they like $3 at Salvation Army now?
Salvation, like overnight, goes from $1 a disc to $3, or 2 LP sets are $9. I'm like, how the hell does that make any sense?
Salvation Army, those records are trash.
If they're not that interesting. That they've gotten in a good vein a couple of times recently, and I looked through one and I found like the records I was interested in, where I actually would have paid $3. I was like, condition was not that great. Not buying trash records for $3.
No, I was thinking about the record fair. Like, since I spend most of my time on the ground, I was like, I'm seriously considering a pair of knee pads.
We have a pair of knee pads.
I'm seriously considering taking them.
We also have that thing that you kneel on in the garden.
I thought about that too. Then I'd have to carry it around with me.
Yeah, I know. This is the kicker.
Although that would be kind of funny, though.
Yeah, it's really weird. But Goodwill went to like $1.99 a long time ago, and then we lost our Goodwill. And then they came back, and they're in a different location. And
that sounds funny. We lost our Goodwill.
And all the records are still $1.99, which is still better than the Salvation right now. But their selection is terrible. They don't get anything interesting in. I think I've seen good records there once ever. Saw some really great CDs there, and the CDs are $1. I noticed that about Salvation Army. CDs 99 cents. I'm like, oh, really? And I take a look through. I'm like, there's actually some pretty interesting stuff in here.
But then you've got a CD.
Sure, why not? Nothing wrong with CDs. I know there's those who will be like, I'll only listen to it on vinyl. I'm like, yeah, okay.
No,
What was that cartoon from the New Yorker? Like, I like vinyl because of the inconvenience and the expense.
No, I wasn't thinking like CD versus vinyl necessarily. I was thinking more like CD versus stream it.
Oh, well, yeah, cool.
Because I feel like CDs just take up a lot of space, and it's not like we can display them back here,
Right.
But anyway, the things I'm looking for, record-wise, are not anything that 99.9% of any collectors are looking for.
I'll show you.
I'm looking for stuff with great covers that nobody wants but me. Oh, there's one right on top there.
Oh, yeah.
Bring that over.
Here, let's have a record show. That's fun.
That one was free. Casey says, you're still collecting CDs? I'm getting rid of mine. Oh, don't tell him that, Casey. Yeah. We're like, oh, let's meet up. That's reel to reel for inconvenience. Yes.
Now you're talking.
Yes.
That's right, baby.
I finally have a few reel to reels on display on the floor because there was nowhere else. I told Paul I would make a display, and it's better than it was, but still not good.
Oh, I think I took those up. Damn.
There's stuff I'm glad I have bought the physical version. Okay, all right. No, I just, I'm not saying if you like CDs, you're an idiot. I don't mean that at all. No. I just mean we have records, reel-to-reel tapes, 8-tracks, CDs, cassettes,
4-track cartridges.
4-track cartridges.
Check that out. We can play those.
45.
I actually found a player on the Craigslist marketplace the other day. It was a really nice player. I'm like, I don't need another player.
Yes, Lisa's saying, I like that the Clams came out with a vinyl album. We purchased it for that reason. I love that too. Dano
was not necessarily thinking about it, but then they got the artwork. And Mrs. Clam takes one look and says, there needs to be an LP.
Yeah.
And Dan's like, okay. So he looks into what it takes, and right. It takes this,
78. Yes, I'm sure we have 78s, Doug.
We have a very small selection. I've never collected them,
but we do.
But along the way, I just ran into a few things, and I actually have my dad's collection of classical on 78. And if anybody out there can play these things and would love it, I can get you to those to you for a very good price.
Eric says I still have my mini disc. How about DATs?
I have
need the same song on every medium. I know that would probably be Herb Alpert.
There was only one thing that I was doing that for. I think it was the album Santana Abraxas. We have on. Do I have that on every format?
Peter, it'll be you and me on the floor at the FMU record fair. Paul's going to be looking at classier stuff.
I'm going to be looking at good records.
I'll be looking at classier stuff, and we'll just be down there pulling out the slush.
DATs, we don't have a DAT player, but I have 3 DATs, I think 4 from one of the radio shows. And the DJ
actually, if it was your show, then I get that.
Ran a tape for me at the time, so I got a pretty high quality. I think 3 out of 4 of those shows. So a pretty good high quality tape of that, and I cannot play them back. One of these days, maybe I'll actually find a player, because they should be on the market for pretty cheap. Mini disc, we still have a mini player. It works great. And I don't have any pre-recorded minis. Never bought them, but I have a whole ton of stuff that I recorded, mostly live. And those are all really high quality. It was a good medium.
I feel like I'm scrolling up, but I'm missing what I'm scrolling up for. Ugh.
You went too far, I think.
I hate missing comments. No, but I'm.
Well, who are we looking for?
You keep talking. Kitty's bring me up.
Oh, okay, then you'll find her. Yes. So I was going to point out some things in the records that you collect. For instance, cruise ship records.
I do. Fun? I do collect records from cruise ships.
This one is not from a specific cruise ship. But it does have a picture of a specific cruise ship, and I think they name check it on here somewhere. The Caronia, Liverpool. Back when a cruise ship was actually a very modest looking thing, didn't have 14 decks above deck over there for people.
Hi, Daniel. Good to see you.
40 movie theaters.
Wait, 16 RPM, Doug is asking. Hi, Lauren. Good to see you.
I think we have 2 of them. I have one that's a couple of books from the Bible, and I've got one on Vox.
Gettysburg Memo. I feel like I'm missing it. I'm not finding it.
Classics.
Can you post again? I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Anyway, this is really just stuff that you would have heard from the band on board. And it is kind of generic, but we have some that were specifically sold on cruise ships, which are usually signed by the artists, of course.
I have a lot that are signed by the artists.
Yeah, this is true. Covers that you love to get are covers that are simply like this. This was the kind of thing that your grandmother would have bought at the grocery store.
Oh, okay, Gettysburg Ma'am. I will check it out. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying.
This is from Mama. on Diplomat, fine label.
I was so happy to find that.
And it's just all these like, you know, Italian standards, funiculi, funicula, la donna è mobile, oh Marie, this kind of stuff. Chiribiribin. And it's just
our friends T and Julie were having a garage sale, and I got that.
And they're like, records didn't sell, take them. So we took 2. So that was good.
Did you get the Rolling Stones?
More Hot
Rocks. Oh, okay. Totally. All right. I have found, I'm trying to think of memorable ones I have found on the ground at WFMU Record Fair. The Donnie Most record I found there.
Rock is dead, but it won't lie down.
Oh, yeah. I also found a Corla Pandit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that
I think that was like a 3 for $5 or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you have to find 2 other records to make the deal.
Yeah, but
and we did.
Corla Pandit
wasn't that hard?
Definitely came from there.
This, by the way, was the kind of thing you would have.
My nana time says.
Ah, my nana. Yeah, there's your nana there, and this is the kind of thing, Don, you would have found in the Wegmans for 99 cents because that's Diplomat for you. Diplomat actually has a couple of interesting records out there, but they're a cheap label that I think was a sub of Pickwick
in Newark.
And this catalog is like 50 items strong on the back there. All is available in hi-fi and stereo. Your Best Buy and recorded entertainment. Fine records need not be expensive, but you're probably going to pay more than 99 cents for good records. So,
by the way, my drink is broken.
Some things for the season. I was a teenage zombie, which says $1.99. I think I probably did pay that much for this. I think this was actually
kind of a lot.
Kind of a lot. Unless I found this in the bin for $1 and I said, yeah, for $1, sure. It's all like various artists, all rock stuff. And you got like Flesh Tones doing the Teenage Zombie theme. Del Fuegos, the DBs, Dream Syndicate. Good track from the Dream Syndicate, actually. Violent Femmes, Waitresses, Smithereens, Los Lobos, Alex Chilton, Ben Vaughn, Bob Pfeiffer. Yeah, actually, they're pretty good song.
You should keep that one out. That's a good collection.
This is a good collection.
Yeah, keep that one handy.
This is actually Enigma. Enigma put out a lot of great stuff in the time. Is this actually a
Amy has that on CD.
Hello. Well, there we go.
CDs. I love it.
CDs. Hello.
Okay.
Got this just 2 years ago at the
Milltown.
Car show. Milltown,
yeah.
Because we saw Diablo Gatto play, and their merch table was there, and I said, I got to buy it. And what do you know? It's fun. Old Scratch. Love that. Is actually pressed on an LP. And guess what? It's a pick disc.
That is very cool.
Isn't that cool? The thing is, this is actually one-sided. This side is just image, and it's sort of embossed on here. It's like painted on. And then this side is like an EP. So you got cool. About 6-7 tracks on that side. And honestly, for color vinyl, it's got the splatter tone vinyl. Sounds really good. I was really surprised and pretty happy. Slapped this on recently. I'm like, these guys are good. They got like a nice edge to them. Sometimes it's like it's a little heavy psyche, and sometimes it's a little garagey. And I'm stopping right now.
I don't mean to.
No, go.
I don't mean to stifle you.
I'm done. For now.
Like the bubbles out again.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I'm thinking I want to do something with
Enigma the label.
Bourbon, because bourbon,
you don't say,
candy matchup. Thank you.
Getting colder as we go, which is good.
Good. So we bought it right before we came home. It wasn't that cold.
Slapped this on just the other day, and the classics. I hope that this is actually level. But yeah, this is a great one. I remember finding this, I think, on the street in Brooklyn.
Really?
I said, gee, I got to own that. And over the years, the cover started to deteriorate really badly to the point where it's just hanging by a thread. But then recently I took a look and said, this could glue back together just fine. So just little Elmer's, and this baby is doing great. This is actually for you aficionados of pressings. This is on Dot Records, Paramount label, and was pressed by Capitol. This was the Capitol pressing. Hello, big fun. Nerdy.
I was going to say, we've moved into record nerdery here.
Found this one just last year, 2 years ago, I think. No, I think just last year we picked this up at Double Decker Records. Now, unfortunately, gone. Don't look for them. You're not going to find it. But I always thought this was a great title, and it's pretty good music. And, of course, it's living stereo. Gotta love that. Great violent cover. But a lot of fun. Pete Rogolo does music on this one. It's an English film. 1958 or something like that. So please. Yeah, very cool. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. And I'm missing comments. Which one do you love, Dime? Was that the Rosemary's or Jack the Ripper or what? The other one? Oh, Diablo Gato. Yeah.
Oh, the other one.
Diablo Gato is available now. And if you went to their site, you could probably score a copy through the mail. I think in person that was like 20, maybe 25.
John.
Don't quote me. Whatever it costs. And you'll pay and like it.
Oh, John, thank you.
Oh, hello. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so I'm starting with 1 ounce of bourbon because I was talking about my milk duds and bourbon
combo
pair great together. I found out last night.
So I'm going to work that.
So I'm going to work that, but I'm going to do some bubbles.
Would you like a cube? It's not that cold, and the bubbles.
I'll take a shaving rather than a cube.
I can't shave.
I'll pick one. No,
you pick.
I'll pick.
I don't have a nice shaver, so big fun. And the
thing is, like half a cube.
Now, naturally, we picked up a lot of these things years ago when people were dumping records left and right. Some of it was super cheap. Like this thing, I think it was probably $1 or $2 because it wasn't in the best of shape. But actually, it's pretty super clean. This is 1976. I think it's Bernard Herrmann conducting the Suite for Psycho. Never released in 1960. There was nothing done. There wasn't even a 45 as far as I know. But it's very striking music, of course.
Oh, I have a good idea.
And by the time you get to the 70s and these things are being appreciated, somebody's like, we really need to put this down on a record. So it came out on Unicorn, as a matter of fact. It's got that classic cover, and it's got the back cover is really cool too. It's got notes. Interestingly enough, it's pretty sparse music outside of like the main title, which, by the way, was recycled for another movie. If you can tell me that, there's your trivia question for the night. And then like the whole shower sequence is, of course, quite jarring. So there's a little fun Halloween stuff. And I don't think I played Psycho this season, but I really should slap that on. Did play Jack the Ripper. Did play Little Shop of Horrors. And what else is there? Dracula, the 70s picture, which was a revival of the stage play originally. I was a teenage zombie. Or did I just have teenage zombie? That's teenage zombie. Haven't played zombie yet. I was a teenage mummy, I think it is. Yes. On Norton Records, which is a lot of fun. Norton. Speaking of Norton. Speaking of Ralph.
Speaking of Ralph Cramden.
Speaking of.
Okay.
I need another thing too.
Okay, so in honor of my milk dud, because we are doing Halloween candy here, my milk dud / bourbon pairing, I'm doing something that I'm gonna give a. Oh, hi, Bobby. Good to see you. Oh, and Gil, hi. Good to see you too.
Mm-hmm.
Second inning, and there are clowns everywhere. Okay, so I so far I've done 1 ounce of bourbon, a 1/4 ounce black currant liqueur. I'm going to do a 1/4 ounce Grand Marnier.
Enigma, interestingly, like mid to late 80s, had a really great catalog. Was issuing it on all 3 formats. They were pretty early into CDs for rock stuff, and a lot of it didn't really sell. Like they signed up Wire for a couple of records, and I have one of them, and pretty good record, and I like it. But like it just didn't. They did a couple soundtracks. I think Runaway Train was done on Enigma. Some real hard rock, and like it kind of tanked. So I think they took the label down. I remember
Enigma from back in the day.
Yeah,
it was like
they were around. They had good A&R, but like people just weren't buying. So what can I say is that people don't have taste.
4 dashes chocolate.
People here have taste.
4 dashes chocolate bitters.
You're displaying it right now.
4 dashes chocolate bitters.
4 dashes chocolate bitters.
And I'm going to fill with my chilled rosé prosecco.
Chilled rosé prosecco.
I feel like I should call it like Le Dud de Milk or something. That's what I'm gonna call it. Le Dud de Milk.
Le Dud Delight.
Le Dud.
That sounds like Dud Delight.
Dud Toulet.
Dud Toulet. Let's see what we got here.
All right.
Oh,
that is really good. Yeah, that is really good. Highly recommend for your milk dud pairings. Oh, I love that. Oh, the cork. Yeah.
The bottle stopper.
Yes, that's so fun.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Ooh.
Right one. Let's see.
Daniel said I had Bourbon vanilla hard cider. That sounds so good. Whoa. On Monday.
Exclusive challenge flavor.
Nice.
Challenging your
Phantasm.
Taste buds?
I remember Phantasm.
Halloween, of course. I think there are 5 of them, and there were soundtracks for all. I remember a young fan coming into the store and asking, like, which one should I buy? I'm like, start with the first one. That's probably the really good one, and then go from there. Okay. So, he did actually, and he came back to me and said, yeah, it was a good thing. And then the Phantasm, I'm certain, came out on LP and then CD, etc., etc. So you should be able to get that easily.
Le raté.
Le raté.
Milk Dud translates to French as le raté. That's what I'm going to call it.
Okay.
Le raté.
Le raté. Le raté. Le raté.
Cecil B.
Dead milk.
Oh, that's good too.
That's kind of hilarious.
I'm going to call it Cecil B. Dead Milk. Oh, jeez.
61 Buick.
Sorry.
Hilarious.
Reading comments here.
You know what a 61 Buick needs? Needs the Auto Victrola.
Cecil B. Dead Milk. You
named it. That little thing that would play a stack of 45s. Yeah, now you're talking. I would, if I found one of those for cheap, I'd pick it up. Then I'd have to get a classic car to put it in. But, there are such things. Very good. Put that
Cecil B. Dead Milk.
Dead Milk. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Dead Milk.
Dead Milk. All right, hold on. I got to capitalize the Cecil B. Dead Milk.
Now you're talking. This is quite good. And if
it's
you
like
tried it,
it's like when they had the contest to name the boat, and was it Jacques Cousteau? It was like one of those ocean-going like scientific expeditions, and people voted to name it Boaty McBoatface.
Remove a few things.
Hi, Mikhail. Good to see you. So, for those of you just joining us and who have access to the New York area, we saw the funniest play today. Highly recommend Celino v. Barnes. So, yeah, if you can get yourself to New York before December 1st when it closes, do it.
It's a small theater.
So funny.
If one is interested, it would be wise to procure tickets beforehand.
Yes.
And make sure, things are not sold out or whatnot. That could easily sell out because it's getting a lot of press, and they've got movie people or Broadway people singing the jingle, Celino and Barnes. So that's a thing that's kind of going kind of viral up on the internet.
Well, that's old.
And it's fun. That was, does it precede the show?
No, yeah, that predates the show.
All right, it's got nothing to do with the show, but it doesn't hurt. But the show does have some videos.
Ubiquitous that commercial was.
Yes. At the time. So I speak in error, but we saw the show. Hilarious. And it's only about 75 minutes of your life. And it's just the two leads with a few props, and they just go, and it's just constant. And it's just like, it's a lot of comedy. It's really, it's a lot of comedy at the expense of ambulance chasers, but boy, do they deserve it. I'm going to tell you.
But they had their own problems too. I mean, he really did get suspended from practicing law for 6 months.
Yeah, he was essentially
trauma.
He was extending advance money to people, basically loan sharking. This is a problem. This is referred to in the show. That was Celino. So, which I believe still has a practice, and he's probably attempting to sue me right now for calling him out on the air. But it's like, hey, man, were you disbarred or not?
Peter, it's playing at Asylum NYC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think tickets are not outrageous. It's not some Broadway.
I mean,
it's an off-Broadway house.
I got them through my union, so I got a crazy discount. Yeah, but I think even full price, they're well under $100.
Yeah, it's two figures. It's a very reasonable theater price. It's a very intimate theater.
Yeah.
And we got in, and they were just seating us very close. So that was right there close to the actors. It was really kind of great.
I feel like people kind of, not us, but I feel like some people at first were kind of afraid to laugh. And then by the end, everyone was just guffawing. But
because it's hilarious.
We were just dying from the beginning. But yeah, so anyway, that's we're not getting paid or any remuneration for promoting this.
No promotional consideration for us.
It was just really, really funny. I feel like if you liked the Weird Al Yankovic movie, you would probably love this because it's that same kind of like
same perspective,
based in reality,
on sort of fictionalized, but a lot of real characters.
Yeah, I mean, like
thrown in
real
and just like played for humor the whole way.
Oh yeah,
like the whole thing. And you know, Weird actually had Weird Al playing a record executive, which is hilarious.
Yeah,
absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, that's still that kind of like it starts with a kernel of reality and then just like goes boom. That's very funny.
Anyway, I'll take the brandy again, please. So I believe it was a Celino. I'd have to check, but I believe it's a Celino available at said theater. Specialty drink is
you're making the Celino.
A pomegranate French 75. We make our own grenadine. I've got excellent grenadine to use. It is pomegranate for real. So I'm going for it. This is an Honest to Pete 75. I'm making this a little stronger than we usually do because I'm only making one. But I might refresh this a little lighter. It's true too. That's 1.5 on the brandy. This is not what was originally in a 75, but I like it. So it should be gin. But
wait, how much brandy did you
1.5. And they're frequently made with brandy as well. So you can have either. And the correct question when you go to a place is, you know, would you like gin or brandy? So there you go. 1/2 ounce of
I feel like the old school
lemon.
I feel like the old school places just kind of assume you want gin.
Frequently, if we go to Sardi's, for instance, I think, well, that's the place where the bartender, who was the guy who was there for like 50 years.
I walked by Sardi's yesterday. I wanted to go in so bad.
I know, seriously. Did ask me that very question. And I was like, yeah, and I just said, I think we were getting 2 of them, and I said, 1 gin, 1 brandy. You like the gin, I like the brandy.
See, I feel like the comedic answer to that question is gin or brandy. Yes.
You want 2 of them then. So
okay.
Now, normally you would put some orangey stuff in there. I'm going to be using the grenadine. Oh boy, I need to clean this bottle off. 1/2 ounce of the grenadine. There we go. We make this so it is not bright red.
Hold on.
It's kind of a dingy brick color, but it's very good.
Cecil B. Dead Milk. What the hell happened here? Okay, hold on.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay, there you go.
Fixed.
And there you go. Adjusted. I will take. Do we have the cranberry bitters?
We do have cranberry bitters. I just bought them.
Yes, I didn't think you brought them over because I didn't ask for them.
But we do.
So, well, we do have them. So thank you for acquiring them.
How many dashes?
I'm going to add 2 dashes just to give this some color because this really wants to be red. And as a matter of fact, I'm filling with the Rosé Prosecco, so it's going to be even more red. But first, I'm going to shake this sucker up.
Okay. Yeah.
That's exactly right. There she goes. She's got it. I totally forgot to use some peel on my first drink. I recommend.
Oh, me too.
So far,
it's never too late. It's never too late for peel.
So far, what you got there is a pretty nice sour. It's a little larger than I want, so I'm going to take some.
Hi, Eric. Good to see you here.
That's really nice. Okay, next. I will, in fact, take
I did add a
section of peel. Express some lemon oil.
Express.
Missed your drink. Now, retrieve your bottle with the fun stopper. Ha ha ha. I will topper you.
Thank you. I don't know. Oh, thank you. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself because I've been so busy the last 3 days that hold on. My fizz went down.
My fizz is
I get to sleep in tomorrow, and I'm like, oh, this is great. I love it. I can sleep in. I know I'm going to be like, I can't sleep. Anyway.
You need another one of those.
Oh, hi, Joe. Good to see you.
So, hey, Joe. Oh, the cramps.
That's cocktails and the cramps.
Choice.
Yes.
All right. Confession number 2. In all of the things that we own in this house, We don't own any cramps. Not a single thing.
I feel like I play the cramps all
Not
the
a
time.
45.
I guess I stream
Not
them.
an LP. A lot. I never picked up any cramps. It was just not on my radar at the time. I knew who they were.
I heard myself out as a bump on a log.
I thought they were fun. And then it's only later where I really started saying, I got to listen to some more of this. And I'm like, okay, these guys are great. So I never saw them live, which is a real shame, you know? Anyway, so cheers.
You have a day off and you're excited. You can't sleep. I know. I've got to.
Okay, so the Selena was
practice my face.
Selena was very good. It does not have that like heavy cherry flavor you'd get from commercial grenadine. It's actually a more subtle flavor.
Ooh, that's really good.
But it's a nice thing, and I would have enjoyed one of these in the theater. But we had to get here to talk to you,
Eric. Celino v. Barnes. So they were ambulance chasing attorneys. I believe they started their firm in 1998, and they finally dissolved their partnership, I believe, in 2017. Like, I'm an expert now, but they began to dissolve it in 2017. It was finally dissolved in 2020, and then Barnes of Celino and Barnes actually died, and his private plane crashed. But
Selena was still around.
Selena was still around.
As a firm.
Yes.
So,
but the play is hysterical.
As for the play, he has no comment. So there we go. Selena.
I bought a magnet.
Barnes had to get the magnet for the fridge, which is awesome, and it's really fun. And in the theater itself, they pasted up all of these printouts of all these ambulance chasers.
All these ads,
like
ambulance chasers, for so funny.
Years worth of these folks, particularly New York area, because they're usually pretty bald. And this is stuff you see on the subway, so it's just like plastering the whole area.
Oh, yes.
And then they throw in a couple of like Selena and Barnes from the show. I took
a picture. Hold on, let me see if I can. It's terrible, but I didn't make it up. It's an actual ad from back in the day.
Yeah, fun stuff. Yeah, cramp stuff. I think we've just managed to hear a lot of stuff screaming.
But this
that's
attorney, no.
It's totally washed out.
It's the one whose ad said, "Don't drink and drive, but if you do, call me."
Isn't it Better Call Saul?
Is it?
Yeah, that's Saul.
Okay.
Yes.
But so they got him in there too. Had a bunch that were like actually.
Yeah, they did.
I took it real fast.
Real ads. Yep.
I do love Better Call Saul.
That's brilliant in a really incredible way.
I was spelling it all wrong. Oh, yeah.
Got it.
Yes, Celino v. Barnes.
Yeah. So playing currently, I would, unfortunately, for those who are residing, for instance, in Oklahoma, it's like you're gonna have to get on a plane. It's not coming to a theater near you anytime soon.
No, but if you're coming to New York anyway,
make it worth the trip. Make a trip out of it. You'll have a lot of fun.
So it's something along the lines of Jacoby and Myers.
Yes. Now you're rocking. Yes. I was thinking to myself, who were the ones I used to hear all the time? Jacoby and Myers.
Who are the ones?
Fernald Blumenthal and Associates.
There's another one.
Yeah.
I gotta look it up.
I remember Fernald Blumenthal. If you've been injured in an accident or you're thinking about being injured in an accident, call Fernald Blumenthal.
Dime says, I didn't fully get into the cramps until the mid-90s. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I gotta look this up.
Look, when I was supposed to be collecting cramps records, I was collecting like Pink Floyd records. What can I say? But now the Pink Floyd records are 3 figures, so might be cheaper to get cramps, Could probably find some pretty cheap CDs or just stream everything. What the hell? We do it all. We're currently using Apple Music, and I'm actually pretty happy with it. Happier than Spotify, and definitely happier than most things I find on YouTube. Although YouTube has a broader selection of whack job stuff.
Keep talking.
Yes,
because I'm obsessed now.
Because everybody's putting stuff up on YouTube, and it's just all that stuff. Like you want to see like the entire run of the Hollywood Palace. Yeah, you can probably find it there. Some of these videos are pretty grungy. Some of them are just black and white. It's too bad. It was a color show, but it's there. It's there means it's there. And then there's like, you can find a lot of Sullivan, which is pretty semi-legit because that's definitely under copyright and enforced. But Sullivan kept his videotapes. So those are all available color, which is good. What else can you find?
Finkelstein and Partners. That's another one. Okay. Finkelstein and Partners. So that's another one of those law firms that seems like semi-sketch. based on their commercials. But I was called in for jury duty, and they're questioning all these people. I didn't get picked, but they're questioning all these people, and someone goes up there and she's like, would it be a problem if I'm Finkelstein's daughter's best friend? And they're like, yes, that would be a problem. You're excused.
Bye.
Because Finkelstein and Partners.
Which?
Oh, hi, Bill. Good to see you.
Hi, Bill. Let's see. Halloween season. Oh, yeah.
Here called the Hammer, and he will hammer them for every dime. No, that is hilarious.
All I have to say to that is, please, Hammer, don't hurt him. He's going to hurt him.
Oh, you watched the Terrifier, Lisa? Okay, I've not yet. Yes. I want to see it though.
James Sokolov in the Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, I remember those. James Sokolov. Yeah, I remember those commercials. We don't have cable anymore.
Hello.
That's honestly the reason I miss cable the most, is because of
commercials. However, here's the kicker. Back in the 1980s.
Ooh, Peter has a Cramps live bootleg.
Oh, hello. Unauthorized recordings.
Nice.
I'm looking at one right now. Trick or Treat by the Mothers is not authorized. And side 2 is a fantastic, it's about 30 minutes of them playing at the Royal Festival Hall in 1968. Awesome. It's a really great bit. Part of that was issued officially on Weasels Ripped My Flesh. But this has the full length when they went to the Orange County Lumber Truck. Pretty cool. So, and what am I thinking of?
And I will make you rich. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. And by the way, the quality on that is really, really pretty high. Frank wasn't that happy with them, but that's why he booted the boots. So I'm thinking of what else. And Ambulance Chasers. I think I've named everyone that I remember.
Larry J. Parker.
Oh, Larry Parker. My attorney, Larry Parker. Larry Parker got me $2.1 million.
You know Larry J. Parker.
Yeah, he was the guy. I did not, so I didn't get these ads, but I didn't get Earl Madman Muntz either. Or Cal.
Oh, Cal Worthington.
Cal Worthington and his dog Spot, you know.
If you want a better set of wheels.
I'll stand upon my head to make more deals. So
I'll stand upon my head to meet all deals. I'll stand upon my head till my ears are turning red. Go see Cal.
Go see Cal. Go see Cal.
And it was always Cal Worthington and his dog Spot,
which was usually like a rhinoceros or something,
or like a seal,
like whatever the hell they could drag in there, a tiger. Nuts. That it's totally Earl Muntz. Earl Muntz is the guy who invented the 4-track cartridge, which leads to the 8-track cartridge. There you go.
Isn't he
electronic
like
history?
Earl Madman
Muntz. Madman Muntz was always.
I'm trying to keep it Halloween.
Depicted with his hat and his hand in there. Madman Muntz. We buy at retail and sell at wholesale. You know, it was this craziness. He had this huge used car lot. He is the antecedent of Cal, definitely. But then he got into cheap TVs, and then he got into tape for the car, and he's the guy who put tape into your dash.
Muntz TV Muntz?
Yes, Muntz TV Muntz. Yeah, Muntz TV was he was trying to make TVs cheaper so they get more widespread. So he had the first like $99 set out there when an RCA was going to cost you like $500. Now, guess what? The RCA performed a lot better, particularly if you were in a fringe area.
Not to be confused with Madman Markham.
Oh yeah.
Eric says we had a guy here who was a car dealer, and he would dress his Great Dane up like Dracula for Halloween. Dog's name was White Track. Eric, where are you based? You've got some good ones. I gotta know. We had one in our basement. I was gonna say because
oh wow, yep.
I don't see Muntz TVs out there or referenced. So I'm like, were they just super cheap, or why don't I see super cheap TVs?
And I bet they didn't really have a really long lifespan. And when they were trash, they were trash.
So Muntz was familiar to Crazy Eddie, yes.
Muntz would, the actual Muntz
Dallas got it, Eric. Thank you.
Gave us both Cal Worthington and definitely Crazy Eddie commercials.
We have a couple of
totally ripping off.
We have a couple of really good friends in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So,
but what happened was, sometime in the 50s, people started mucking around with like endless loop tape cartridges, and then a guy named who was it?
Lear
Cosino actually says like, wait a minute, and he comes up with this cartridge that plays at like regular tape speed, that you could put about a minute worth of tape in there, and you would have an endless loop that you could play indefinitely. Like, I don't know, commercials on the radio. He comes up with a broadcast card around 1958. Brilliant. Great idea. They were used for 40 years. It was a really, really great format. Munch takes a look at this and he's like, wait a minute. Suppose you put like a whole, like, say, 30 minutes worth of music on that, release an album on that, and put it in cars. And he switches from TV to cars.
That 8-track.
And he invents the 4-track cartridge. By the way, what the hell am I talking about? This is the 4th.
Oh no.
There you go.
Apparently we have a 4-track cartridge over there.
Coming up, baby. All right, comparison.
Oh boy, we have a comparison.
Everyone's familiar with this thing. So here's the 8-track cartridge. Hello. Oh, what do you know? It's Bitches Brew on 8-track. This sounds awesome.
Don't knock over your drink.
I will not do that.
I got it.
And then we have the 4-track. Oh, it's an identical thing, isn't it? Now, what's the difference between these? Flip it over.
I was going to say, one says 4-track.
4-track's got the hole.
Oh.
It
also says 4-track.
This does not have a built-in pinch roller. This does. This is a little easier to use. You just flip it and it goes. But this is twice the width on the tape. So these should essentially sound better. Now, of course, this tape was produced around 1966. So who knows?
Many 8-tracks or cassette tapes. Oh.
Oh.
Which one? What are we talking about now? I've lost the thread.
There's a miniature 8-track called Play Tape from about 1967.
Oh, okay. All right.
I've seen those once. They cost too much money for me to buy one. And there were cassettes that were mini. There was something called in the 80s. What the hell was that called? Pop Rockers, I think. And it was a tiny player with this tiny little endless loop tape. Never saw them at the time. I've seen pictures of them. Kind of fun. Yeah.
I was there in the 80s. I don't remember that at all.
I think it went really fast. But, you know, formats are legion.
Oh.
There are all sorts of fun things out there. And, you know, we remember not only...
When the 8-track had reverse. Wow. Miguel says I was born a decade or so too late. You were born at the right time.
8-track cannot reverse. I would demonstrate why, but it's an endless loop. It comes from the center and goes out to the outside. If you reverse it, you immediately jam and you're dead. But you can fast forward the things.
Dead.
Some machines have fast forward.
Halloween. You're dead.
The fact that you don't need to reverse, just keep it playing. It'll come around again.
Porta Studio 4 also put 4 tracks on a cassette in one direction.
Yes.
Oh.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I feel like I could just go sit down and watch TV.
No, we'll just talk electronics.
I'm not in this.
Those like portable TX, like the ones with the cassettes, actually did have
reel to reel, not very car friendly. Remember, Dad is Dad. Exactly. Thank you, Eric.
Go on.
Eric came to my rescue.
I remember hearing about some guy who had installed a portable reel player in his Cadillac or something, and I'm like, you better have a passenger there to change tapes for you.
Indeed. I can geek out with you about a lot of things, but not this.
The 45 RPM is not very car friendly either, but then there was the Auto Victrola. And like, if I've ever seen one of those, that would be like big fun.
Peter says, who remembers Digitalog cassettes?
Yeah.
I don't.
You own some of them.
Do I?
Late 90s, all the labels started producing these cassette tapes from digital masters, and suddenly the quality goes way up. I know, so much for analog. But if you had something higher quality to start with, like the end result was a lot punchier.
Oh, Eric, such a good question. I'm going to break in with Eric's question because I love it. Did any of you ever try to scare prank each other?
Oh, big fun, huh?
Short answer, no. For us, I don't think he's tried to scare prank me. I've not tried to do that to him, but we went to an event at at Javits Center in New York City. God, a long time ago, like maybe 2016.
StreamCon, I believe it was.
Yes, it was
2015, I think.
Yeah, definitely before the pandemic. And there were all these like
right around Halloween
YouTube influencers there. And there was this couple that they were actually on World's Dumbest because they would try to prank each other. And so the woman in this couple tried to prank her guy by spreading butter all over the bathroom floor. So when he went to take a shower, he just like fell and hit his head.
Cracked his head.
And they got a lot of YouTube views. Yeah. So they were influencers. And
for beating each other up on camera.
Yeah, like playing like really, really nasty pranks on each other. But we saw them and they talked about the blah, 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 their success. And then we found out like right after that, they broke up.
Yeah. A little too much of that.
Yeah. So we don't try to kill each other.
You see,
for YouTube fun.
This is why we don't do such things. It's like we like to stay together.
I don't want him to die.
I don't want you to go to the hospital because I put margarine on the floor of the John.
Oh no.
For Pete's sake.
Oh, how about vinyl in the car? Oh, Highway Hi-Fi. Dime. Highway Hi-Fi.
2 formats, Dime.
Okay, wait.
Highway Hi-Fi.
Dime says I scare prank myself when I look in the mirror. Oh no, you don't.
You're a funny man. You're a funny man.
Pocket rockers were such a pain. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, the memory mods. Yeah, that's it. Pocket rockers. That was a thing. Yeah, they were like a
tiny little
endless loop thing. Hilarious.
Oh man. Yeah, it seemed so mean, and then they broke up. Like,
yeah. Well, guess what?
Because it was mean. It was mean.
So look, there are 2 formats for vinyl on the car. There's Highway Hi-Fi, proprietary format. The records are very particular. They're special. They only play on this machine, and they made about like 20 of them, maybe even 15 of them. Columbia made the records. I think RCA made the machinery.
Wait. You couldn't just play a regular record on your Highway Hi-Fi?
Specialty records.
Oh, please.
16 RPM, finer grooves, so you can fit a whole bunch.
Radios.
Right? But at the time, there was the idea of putting a specialty
Can I get an
car.
Amen?
Yeah.
Can I get an amen? Like, why do you like Highway Hi-Fi? You can buy these 20 records, or you could just listen to the radio.
Well, the idea that was that it would catch on, and then you would have a new format, but it didn't really catch on for various reasons.
Trying to separate you from your money.
But then 4 years later, RCA comes up with something that, like, wait a minute, why don't you just make someone plays 45s? Auto Victrola.
Oh my gosh.
Those were sold too for about 5 or 6 years.
I remember inadvertently scaring my father with a fiber optic lamp. Oh no. Errol says, had a guy at the chemical plant that bounced a bucket of water over the door to the locker room. We got out to the parking lot, talking a while. He realized as he forgot something, went back, got himself. You deserve that.
Oh,
hi, Mike. Good to see you.
Boom, boom, boom,
Yay.
Boom. Mike is looking for boombox music cassettes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, you know, the one I had in the 80s was a great machine, and when it started dying, I kind of let it go, and it's like, that's too bad. It was a Sony. It was actually pretty powerful for what it was. It wasn't anything special, but it was pretty good. Currently, we actually have a boombox with an 8-track in it. Panasonic. Not great sound. Really should be a lot better than it is. But we also have one that I built that is a Bluetooth device, which has excellent speakers
poetic
in it.
Justice.
So there you go. There we have it.
Yes,
but
the one he built is lovely.
It's a cool device. You can build it too by going to Parts Express. The kit is called the MK Boom.
If you want to build your own.
Build your own. I like to roll my own. It's a fun kit to build. You can decorate it any way you like. I put laminate on it, which was a lot of hassle, but it was so rewarding and totally worth it. And we had laminate.
Oh, jeez.
So,
okay, back to the fiber optic lamp. Eric says, I went out to the kitchen at night to get something to drink. My father was up. He came to me and said he was going to bed and said goodnight to me. I forgot I had my door open with the lamp going. Oh, no.
Oh.
They made a turntable for your car that would play records with a laser.
Oh, wow.
You can tell how successful it was by how many were ever installed that people remember. Oh, Eric.
I've never heard about the laser player.
If he hasn't heard of it, then
for the car.
Yeah.
But there are on the market now 2 different turntables that play with a laser.
And Errol.
They are very expensive, and they never really caught on because, you know, most people are like, I can get a very expensive cartridge and do just fine. So, yeah.
Okay, Peter's asking, does the boombox have a shortwave channel?
The one that I built does not. It has no radio.
But I had one that did.
Yes.
I did.
Did you have TV?
I had TV, but I'm positive I had shortwave.
Shortwave too? Wow. Wow.
Area too.
Police band? Listen to all the local arrests?
See, I didn't, if I did have that, I didn't know about it because I would have been like, what the hell? And then I would have gotten fascinated. We can't listen to, well,
Brandy, please.
I don't think we have police band now, do we?
No, we don't have. We actually found an app that would do it, and we tried it, and it was just terrible. So forget it. But one of these days, if I ever find one of those like Radio Shack police band receivers, I'll pick it up and we can have some fun.
Oh, Eric says he came out a minute later with this worried look on his face. Told me quietly, please don't do that again. Oh.
The abyss.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
Oh, Eric says I had a boombox that would pick up Japan. Oh my gosh! Wow.
Tandy batteries. I remember some kid in high school brings in this
Radio Garden.
Okay, there we go. Some kid in high school. I went to high school in the 80s. Now you know my age. Brings in a boombox about this wide. It's got pretty huge speakers. It's got 2 cassettes, so you can dub. It's got all the radio or whatever. And you push a button and a turntable folds out. Had a little platter about this big, play 45s. And it took like 10 D cells. I'm like, yeah, you got to like work out to pick the damn thing up. Jeez.
Did you ever pick it up?
No, I did not. But 10 seconds later, these things got banned from high school.
I was just about to post this.
Boom. Yeah.
A website for global streaming. I love that.
Oh, excellent. I think I know that. I think somebody hit me to this a while ago. Might have been you, John.
Yes.
I don't know. But I remember actually listening to some things. It was pretty cool. There you go.
Class of 89, Dimus.
You know something, Dime? That's absolutely true. You got 89 worth of class. I'm telling you. Too true. Radios you can power by winding. Yes, we own one. My mother gave us that some years ago.
Oh, yeah, she did. She was worried about us losing power.
So you wind the damn thing, and you wind the damn thing, and wind the damn thing. And if you wind it for a really long time, you'll get a lot of charge out of it. But I remember trying it. It worked. And it has a plug-in where you can just plug in your phone
charge out of that
play
radio.
stuff. Yeah, charge out of that second. And then we also have a flashlight.
I thought that was very sweet that she was worried about us.
Yes, I know. But she was like, we had lost power twice for extended periods during the really big storms, and she was concerned about us. And we did okay.
There's been other big storms since then. They just didn't hit us, like Helene and Milton.
Plenty of times, yeah, seriously. There have been enough storms hitting the southern eastern coast out over here, and
interesting.
Okay.
Peter's saying shortwave radio is what introduced me to European radio stations, and thus my taste in music. I love that.
We have 2 shortwave sets in the house. Something my father put together, which I do not believe works anymore, and it would take me a lot of work to make it going. And then we have.
I feel like you might want to do that.
I might just. I'm not going to throw it away. A lot of Army surplus went into that thing. And we have the Nordmann, which is a German radiogram, which has like 12 bands on it. It'll receive anything.
Fault. That's my fault.
Yeah, we picked it up off the street. But you know what? It's a great unit. I would like to refurb that, replace the speakers, hook up some serious long wire, and pick up some.
You can't hook up Sirius to that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you can. It's got an input. You can put it in like Bluetooth. It'd be easy.
Does it really?
Oh, yeah, it does. Seriously. Not kidding you.
I don't believe you.
Oh, hi, Lon.
I don't believe you. Not yet. It could.
It could.
I love the way we're doing Halloween candy tonight. And oh yes, Dime. Okay, so
anyway,
I'll take more of those bubbles while you're pouring.
Sure.
So we're driving home after something, doesn't matter. But it was spring cleanup week here in the M-Town. And wait.
No. I can't do it until the fizz goes down.
Ripped.
I'm telling you.
I'm getting ripped.
You know it's true. I'm not doing it.
I know it's true. I'm getting ripped. Okay.
There you go.
Thank you. So you can put out whatever you want for the trash that week, which actually I don't think the Nordmann was legit.
At the time it was.
Okay,
you could put out electronics at the time, but now you can't.
You can't put that stuff out now.
People do still,
but
yeah,
it was on the street, and I saw it. I was just like, screech! to a halt because it was this very, very cool looking hi-fi. And Paul's kind of like, oh, it's great. It's got some vacuum tubes in it. Let's take those tubes.
Rate it for the tubes.
He wanted to rate it for tubes. I'm like, no, it's cool. Let's put it in the car.
And I'm like, all right, fine.
It was super heavy, but we have it now.
It is. It's all tube powered. It's probably about 10 watts a channel kind of thing. And it's got terrible, terrible speakers. I'll tell you why I know that. But you could replace those pretty easily with something pretty efficient. Low power tube amp would sound just beautiful.
Eric says, if you work on that radio, your first course of action is to replace every electronic cap on it before you even power it on.
Electrolytics die the death prematurely, but they're cheap, and that's why they're used. But you're absolutely right. Definitely got to hit the power supply.
Lisa saying, my dad used to play guitar at church, and one night during playing music, his amplifier picked up a CB radio of a truck driver. Oh, no.
Oh, man.
That is so funny.
It's quite possible for that kind of thing to happen because amplification, and if you just have something that will like rectify a wave, bang, there you go.
I'm going to regret this for the rest of this broadcast. Well, what does electrolytic
Elizabeth
mean?
I shall regret this for the rest of my life. What's that?
What does electrolytic mean? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked. I entered into the geekery.
I will give you 30 seconds and no more. Capacitors are there to store charge and pass it on in a circuit. The reason for that is to actually control the timing in electronics and also to store power when you need to do that. In a power supply, what you're trying to do is turn AC into DC. You need to be able to store the power and send it on. That's your basics. You need to store a lot of power. You need something that will be able to do that. Your cheapest bet back in the day was an electrolytic. And what that uses is an electrolyte. All it is layers of paper, foil, and this electrolyte, which is a paste. There you go. They work.
Electrolytes.
They work very reasonably well for the excellent cost to performance value. They're pretty cheap ultimately.
Like in Gatorade.
And the fact is, over time, that electrolyte dries out and they die. That's your problem.
And it becomes Gatorade.
It does not become Gatorade. But
embrace the geekery.
In fact, there are different kinds of electrolytes. If you actually consume this, you'd die. So don't do that. Don't eat them.
So now I have to look at which electrolytes I'm consuming.
No, if you buy the thing that says Gatorade, it's designed for your consumption. Just drink it. It's got electrolytes.
Oh, no.
You know, it's good for you.
Brondo.
Brondo. It's got electrolytes.
It's got electrolytes.
What does that even mean? So there you go.
Nowadays, the church would have gotten a new. Oh, jeez. CB. Capacitors and coils. Guys in the Navy would.
And then hand them to.
Oh, that's cruel. Someone's suspecting soul.
Cruel tricks for dear friends.
Becomes a firecracker. It's electric. I know. I'm just like
boogie woogie woogie woogie. Okay. It's electric. There you go.
But I mean, like, am I bugging electrolytes?
Electrolytic.
No, but you said electrolytes. You.
Yeah, they are. The principle is the same. It's an electrolytic paste versus electrolytes in your soda. So there you go.
Oh,
they're different electrolytes. You would not drink what's in the cap, nor would you put Gatorade in your hi-fi. I mean, you could try, but I don't recommend it.
No, I would not do that. But
yeah, wrong. If you're going to work on these things, remember that vacuum tubes operate at very high voltages.
It's like idiocracy. Exactly.
It's got electrolytes.
Brondo, it's got electrolytes. What
does that mean? You know, what do you want to use water from the toilet?
Like from the toilet?
Yeah. Yep. No. Anyway.
Off topic. Future happy hour. Hot sauce or spicy cocktails. Woo-hoo. Oh yeah. I love me a hot cocktail.
You were growing the super house, weren't you? Because I finally harvested all of ours before they went moldy and made hot sauce, and it's sitting there because I just want to marinate it and see what happens. It's going to be scary.
It'll be the happy hour from hell.
Glad to compare notes. Yes.
Happy hour from hell. You don't water your crops.
Yeah, the electrolytes calls it plastic.
I love idiocracy. I might put it on after this, actually.
Big fun.
We have The Shining on now.
Yeah. And watching that again, I was realizing that you kind of miss a lot that's going on with that movie, like what's going on with that movie while watching it. So you better read the book. But the film is visually stunning. So I got to say, like, nailed it. Definitely worth seeing. Great soundtrack too.
Peter,
Wendy.
good night. Peter, let us know about the FMU Record Fair. Let's do it.
November 1st, people. If anybody watching here is proximate and is like, yeah, I'd drive in for that, let us know.
Let us know.
I've had friends fly in for the fair from Texas and have a great time. Friend anyway. Yeah, one person. One person was obsessed enough. But anyway, people will ask, well, what are you looking for, Paul? I'm like, I'm not even looking anymore. I
will know it when I see it.
I'll know when I see it.
I just like being there.
They find me. Look.
If I find one record that's $1, that's amazing. Like, it's so cheap to get in, and and
the admission is low cost,
and there are all these
people. It supports the station, which is brilliant.
There are all these people there who are like really on the search for like thousands of dollar records. I'm like, no. Yeah. I just want something with a goofy cover that's $1.
You see a lot of things on the wall that are 3 figures. I don't see too many things that are 4 figures yet. It's still a pretty reasonable fare.
Daniel's saying I split it into 4 kinds.
Red carrot, mango, banana. Oh, wow.
That sounds so good.
Wow. Now you're working the gourmet angle.
Yeah,
I just made hot sauce. Interesting. Interesting. I would sample that. Yeah.
We laugh about how Fuddruckers restaurant name transforms in the movie. This is the worst. There are kids in there having a birthday party.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in New York. So Paul overheard some people in the shop calling it Fuddruckers. So we call it Fuddruckers.
Yeah.
We go to the Fuddruckers.
That's when, like, our was it?
Oh, good night, Casey. Thank you for
joining us. Excellent.
We'll see you at the Fuddruckers.
See you at the Fuddruckers. Let me know what you're looking for.
Yeah. Please.
You know me. I always find you the records that you're looking for, and then you're like, you take all the fun out of record collecting. Yeah, but I get you the records. By the way, fixed a turntable the other day. It's doing great. Somebody's going to be happy.
Oh, Danielle has a lot of extra.
He says hi. Well, we're not that far.
Yum-ola.
I would say we should meet at a local tiki bar, except
oh, no,
I didn't want to talk about
it. Don't say that.
I don't want to talk about it.
Don't you?
I think we need to do something. I think that our locals, we need to do something, because now we're devoid, and damn it, we know how to mix superior things. Excellent libations for people to enjoy. Yeah, but we still do.
You brought the mood down, bud.
Oh, I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up. It's good. Yep. I was just talking about records and fairs.
Oh, look, he's like pulling stuff out of a stereo thingy.
He's pulling the coils outside of the CB, so nobody can talk to them. And now I got Scatman there trying to get in touch with the local police. Hello, big fun.
He tried.
Shining is worth your time.
He tried.
Very good Wendy Carlos soundtrack, as I recall, which itself used to be very commonly found. Now it's going to cost you. Well, I'll stream that. I'll stream that. That's fine. We own enough from Wendy otherwise.
Opening your own tiki bar. Pulling muscles from a shell.
Oh, now you're talking. I
love that song, actually.
Oh, man. The last time we were there, I think we had muscles, as a matter of fact. They were good.
When is brunch happening? Okay, so not this weekend.
We've had to switch up.
I caught a gig.
Gigs are suddenly happening like crazy, and they're coming and going. Sometimes they don't happen at all, and you have to kind of switch up. And so we have to be a little flexible right now. We're also still shooting our movie, and we're negotiating with various parties to get that done. And we have to be very careful about like not locking ourselves out of something that is remunerative.
I'm thinking remunerative.
Yes.
I'm thinking that a safe time to do our brunch would be, I need to look at the calendar. Hold on.
Checking it. There you go.
I feel like a safe time to do our brunch would be.
Survey says.
Oh my God. It takes so long to open.
We're already halfway through October.
Oh, don't say that. Don't.
Great.
Shh. Oh my gosh, I have a brilliant idea.
There you go.
November 3rd, because daylight saving time ends.
We'll all get a little extra. Oh,
well, I'll get a little extra.
Now you're talking.
We won't have Halloween gigs. Oh, God,
we'll be able to.
My voice.
We'll be able to crack a couple of bottles of bubbles, and we'll be able to crack out the remaining Count Chocula. Hello.
Daylight saving time ends. Happy hour. Let's say November 3rd.
Let's actually work
reset.
that.
Let's reset.
Let's work that. Okay.
Feelings on your I know. And now, like, there's a NASA mission going to a moon of Jupiter.
Moon of Jupiter. Wow. Cool.
Or is it Jupiter? It's not. It's a moon of Jupiter, right?
Well, that's definitely
that they think has like underwater life.
Well, now you're talking Stanley Kubrick all over again. The second stop is Jupiter. The second stop is Jupiter.
Yes, Yummy Mummy and Fruit Brew got the shaft. I agree with you. So I bought some Count Chocula because I thought, oh, we'll go live this weekend. And then I caught a gig. And then Paul caught a gig. So like we're gigged out. But
tell him we got a gig.
But we got to eat that Count
stew.
Chocula. So go grab it if you want it.
Not right now, but when we do the thing, we've got the Chocula. It's only a couple weeks, people.
Frozen water.
Frozen water. Yeah. Yeah. What you're going to have.
I like November 3rd. We could do a daylight saving time ending happy hour. I feel like we just call it like daylight ending happy hour.
Daylight ending
time.
time.
I feel like that's too many words.
Daylight ending time sounds all wrong, I know. But
maybe we can there will be no daylight from here on out.
It's happening, but no, it actually improves. But yeah.
Oh my gosh, Daniel says I went to school with a woman who worked on a Jupiter probe.
Wow. Excellent.
That's so interesting. Yeah. You tried that new Camilla Creeper?
Mm-hmm.
No. What time? Probably noon or 1.
Noonish Eastern time.
We're going to call it November 3rd.
Yeah, noonish Eastern time.
I feel good about that.
Would work.
We won't have any Halloween gigs.
And should work perfectly fine for most people who are watching here. And
oh my gosh.
Glad to log on and start talking about stuff.
You tried that new one, Carmella Creeper. I haven't even seen that.
Oh, no. Okay.
Time says I found a blue food powder drink mix that's sugar-free and tastes like blueberry
milk. Oh, man.
We can't have nice things. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
In Middletown.
We haven't found those like spice mixes and jerky either.
Nope. We get Frankenberry, Count Chocula, and blueberry. That's it. We don't get Fruit Brute. None of those things.
We do not have, but we do have
no
access.
Carmella Creeper.
Oh, yeah.
None of that. What about your Day of the Dead, Amy?
Yeah, seriously.
I might die by that.
You never know. You're just going to have to do it to make sure that it happens.
I do have a balloon gig on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I do, but
yes,
but it's early, so I can come home and still creep out kids with my.
It will be a work from the remote office.
Yeah.
Day for me, so I will like work a day, and then circa 5 o'clock or so, I'm going to be hearing about people coming to the door, and I will wrangle the kitties.
There's also
with the treats.
Reese's bat cereal.
Bats.
All right, we might need to just pick up a bunch of cereal and eat them next week.
Do we need to ship up for Sandy here for the broadcast?
Well, I can't afford that, but
no, I can't do that.
He wants to come,
if he wants to ship himself up,
make his way here.
He wants to ship himself up. He's welcome because
I would
like
love to have him.
El Maestro of the breakfast cereals.
He's the cereal expert, not me.
Super Sugar Crisp. He's the man. Yeah, he's done this for at least 2 years.
Although I think of him every time I see the giant boxes of cereal in the supermarket.
Yeah, John Economy size.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I know.
I'm telling you.
This is when we need a budget.
Yeah. You don't say.
I do say.
And I don't mean for like, weird equipment and stuff like that. There's a guy on YouTube who does that. I'm talking about like, interesting booze and interesting cereal and things like that. So we can demonstrate these things for you.
Ariel says, I poured myself some Captain Crunch. Apparently, Josie heard it because she landed on the bowl and helped herself.
Oh, hello.
That is a bird who knows what she wants.
She knows about like the crispy, crunchy green things that are super sweet. And it's like, oh, this is good. This tastes like food. It's like, well, you probably want to be eating berries and nuts and things, but animals will eat whatever tastes good. It's like the squirrels that they will scavenge everything and they're really happy with it, particularly your bird feeders. Ask me how I know.
The time I looked up and I was like, there's a squirrel in our bird feeder. Yeah.
Yeah, which time?
Well, it leapt. It was like the flying squirrel.
Leaping squirrel. Yeah, it managed to get on and was just sort of hanging on to this thing upside down. I thought, I'm impressed, but get the hell off my feeder.
Josie helps herself to everything.
Josie knows where the goods are.
I love the confidence.
Which makes Josie the smart avian, which we appreciate. Yes.
I just looked over and it's all like, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Have we made a drink called All Work and No Play Makes Jack a Dull Boy? Because if we haven't,
probably
we need to do that next week.
I should look into that and figure out what's up with that.
But I love the idea of doing cereals next week. Because if we're going to do a daylight saving time on November 3rd, a weekend happy hour, we're not going to have all those Halloween cereals. Halloween will be done. So
we would have to buy them now.
Yeah. So let's do the Halloween cereals before that next week.
Okay. We can do that.
I love this idea.
We can do that. That's easily done. Good stuff.
We could have a taste test. Which one are you eating?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like put a blindfold on and tell me what do you got?
That's hilarious. I love that idea.
Captain Crunch, Blueberry, Chocula, or Frankenberry.
I love that. We're going to do that.
So, squirrels, they eat rotten fruit. Oh, yeah, they do. They get totally loaded.
Oh, yeah. And pumpkins.
Yeah. The rotting pumpkins, they'll just go after that. And then it's just like they've got booze in there. So, like, they're tiny little guys. They get a little loaded.
Well, there was also...
Bears will do that, too. They get into your, like, rotting apples.
What did we name him?
Oh, the possum.
Yeah.
Herman,
the stupid possum.
Yeah. Kept crawling into our compost. Was looking in one day and I see an animal in there. I'm like, oh, for Pete's sake, it's a possum. Small guy, tiny guy. So I got the gloves on and like extricated him and like whatever. And then the next day he was in again. I was like, wow.
He knew what he liked.
Glutton for punishment. He knew what the good stuff was.
He knew what he liked.
It's too true. And eventually I got a lid for that sucker. So like that took care of that. So we don't have that in there. We have a million fruit flies in the compost, which is a good idea.
Ugh. I don't even go out to the compost anymore. I'm scared of the compost.
Well, it's not that bad. It's just like rotting organics that are making excellent humus.
No, I'm
the plants.
100% in favor of compost, but I think that like if it was just me, I would get a composter.
Well, if you got a big sort of bin that'll do that, I'm all about it. We have to deal with a big
you
barrel.
Can like turn it and
aerate it. Get that going on.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I don't want to like manually turn it.
Well, all of the organics in this house go into the compost. All of them.
Yes.
We don't throw anything away that's like that. And even like chicken.
You've been watching too many blob movies to visit the compost. Eric, yes. In a
You're
word,
absolutely right.
Yes. Our compost is scary.
Oh, it's full of good stuff.
I don't doubt that, but I don't want to go grab that good stuff. I just want to have you
rotting away nicely, and it's full of bugs and things, and it's doing great.
Till the undead pops out of the compost pile. Thank you. I feel seen.
Yep.
I feel seen. Yeah. No, it's
the Evil Dead compost. Oh boy.
It is though.
Eric, we're getting into a weird place here. I'm just saying.
Oh, Dem says, I love mixing Count Chocula with the Frankenberry. Put vanilla stevia in there. Tastes like Neapolitan ice cream. Well, you went to culinary school. So
the big three flavors.
I'm gonna defer to you, but that sounds amazing. We might need to do that on November 3rd.
And my question is, do people in Naples actually eat tricolor gelati?
I have no idea.
That's the question. I've never been to Naples. I can't tell you. I've been to Florence and to Venice. Florence is beautiful and medieval. Venice is
medieval.
Venice is weird and medieval. Both beautiful cities, no question. Yeah, but go to Venice on like December 31st. It's a really cool, creepy town. Don't look up. What is the name of that movie? No, don't look up. Don't Look Now. Don't Look Now. That's a good Halloween picture right there. Venice.
Which one is that?
Weird 70s. Julie Christie and Donald Sutherland are on like some sort of business trip in Venice, and weird murderous things happen. Wow.
Why?
We should watch that.
Would that be a spoiler alert?
It would be a spoiler to know why, yes. But yes, okay. Yeah, big fun.
Eat spumoni.
Spumoni. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Now you're talking. That's fun. So I've actually had gelati in Florence, and it was just brilliant.
Gelati in Florence.
No, it's a great product. It was like
I have not had gelati.
Super happy product. Gotta tell you. And we make ice cream around here, so I know about high quality ice creams. Very happy. You can vary that up any way you want.
I know about high quality
ice creams. Yes. So
you should offer them to the trick-or-treaters. Would you like some high quality ice cream?
I'm not giving ice cream to trick-or-treaters.
Scare the crap out of them.
No, I'm not going to do that. It's all about wrapped up candy. Come on, you got to do that. That's the thing. But we will play scary music, and I put the fog machine on, and that room out there is lit all year long anyway, so it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun, and we have good lights out there. I could have put the lights,
if you don't mind.
No, I don't actually have to put the lights out there because we have the camera now.
Yes, nonetheless, yes.
Oh yeah, well, true. And of course, there are all sorts of boozy ice creams, some of which are very good. Pardon me. You can use liquor and ice cream, but you have to modify it. Yeah. Here, kid. Yeah, right.
I know. Well, there was a year we tried to serve wine to the parents.
We did successfully because the parents are clearly the parents, and the kids are clearly the kids. But we actually had a box of wine, and I said to parents, "Anybody want some wine?" And some folks were like, "Yeah, I'd love some." And I think. They're walking around with the kids. We're doing a public service.
NyQuil puffs for everyone.
No, I'm not doing that. For Pete's sake. Not giving this stuff to the kiddies.
That's cracking me up.
I am not giving liquor to kiddies. I'm giving candy to rot the teeth, damn it. That's all I'm doing.
No, NyQuil puffs for the parents.
Oh, for the parents? No, he says NyQuil for everyone.
No, I know, but I'm saying parents.
Eric, so. But yes.
I'll take a little more if you're pouring.
I have it, and I will pour. Actually, we just have a little more, so we might as well just do it because there's no point in saving that much. Seriously, people.
Thought about hanging out. Need bottles of rum for the parents. That's such a good idea.
That is a public service. Yes, people would appreciate that.
Gotta get back to my eggnog and bourbon. Oh, first eggnog of the season. I love it. Yay.
Well, that's coming up on us like now, so I'm totally into that.
Eggnog is all year. Yeah. Well, not summer, but
no summer.
Winter.
Eggnog,
spring and fall.
Traditionally lasts a lot longer than people think because usually it's just sort of like a Thanksgiving, Christmas thing, but it's traditionally served on Christmas, New Year's, and Easter. So think about that. I think it's an excellent thing to serve around Easter. Exactly. You still need hearty substances, but New Year's, sure, totally.
I guess we killed that bottle.
Done, people. Good too. Very happy with that stuff.
Well, you were seeing eggnog at the liquor store when we stopped in there today. I'm like, yeah, they're pushing that already.
It's around the eggnog, The pumpkin nog, of course, because pumpkin spice everything, PSC, and also the coquito. There is a pre-bottled coquito from Bacardi that's out there right now. Well, hello. You made coquito once. It was really good.
I did. It was.
It's an eggnog involving a lot of canned milk products. It's a really great idea for the tropics, which is where it originates. Hello.
I think we got to bring a bunch of cereals next week.
I think we do that. Maybe we need an eggnog special with the nog, the coquito,
cereal and eggnog,
the Tom and Jerry, all of the eggnog variations.
Now, should we do that in November, though?
A flip, perhaps? Hello. November's a better idea for that.
I'm thinking so, because November was thinking about this because we're getting bombarded with gigs in October because Halloween, which rightly so, love Halloween. But November is going to be dead. So we got to think of things to do in November. So if we do nogs, that would be fun.
People don't do pilgrim gigs. That's the thing. Outside.
Well, rightly so. That's weird.
Well, you might want to do that in, say, Plymouth, Massachusetts, where they do it.
Cheerios. That does not sound good.
Yeah.
Not everything needs to be pumpkin spice.
You know that the Cheerios are just going to be one-dimensional. It's going to be one flavor.
Although,
it's going to be like,
we have a funny one. One of our Valvolines around here has on their marquee pumpkin spice oil changes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Come on in, pumpkin spice oil changes.
I just wonder how many people go in there and like, I'd like the pumpkin spice oil change. They're like, what?
They grab a bottle of SAE 50 and they just like pour you a shot and put some spice in it. Here you go.
Pumpkin spice oil.
Save that for Lucky the Pain-Proof Man.
Oh.
Mmm.
Wait, one of the teachers that works with my sister was handing out the German chocolates with the liquor in them. Oh.
Hello.
You probably should stop giving those out. Oh. I do remember those. From
the sugary is much more a problem than the liquor and those things. But I understand you can't do that. Not to the kids in elementary school. Yeah.
Okay, so when I'm looking for vintage recipes for our patrons, which I love doing, combing my vintage cookbooks, there are so many nog recipes. So we need to do a nog happy hour.
We could do sometime
when we don't need to be anywhere the next morning, because that could be ugly.
The Esquire drink book in particular has a bunch of nogs, and they're pretty similar, but there are differences that would make it worth doing the nog comparison.
Smell nice while it burns. Exactly.
Yes, seriously.
Yes.
That's like those cars that are burning biodiesel that's made out of used oil from KFC. That's hilarious. I love that. You drive behind the van and it smells like KFC.
He took those and put them in a food processor and he used it as a coating for a good fried vanilla ice cream.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I bow to you because
we got to get together sometime with our Cuisinart and our KitchenAid and you.
Yeah.
And our selection of hooch and what do we need and go to town and make crazy stuff. That sounds awesome. Okay. That's a show.
Crazy stuff.
I like crazy stuff. And my friend, you're bent enough to do it. So there we go.
People go to my brother's auto shop and ask if he has 100% nitrogen for their tires. He says, no, but he has 78% nitrogen. I'll think for a second and say, okay. Then he airs their tires.
Now, 78% nitrogen, about 24% oxygen, and about 1% of various trace gases. You and I would call air.
Yeah, I know.
So
I was ahead of that one. I was not there for the hi-fi discussion, but I was there for that one.
Your brother's a wise guy, and I really enjoy his sense of humor. That's hilarious.
Sure.
Yep.
Hold on, let me hook you up.
But does anybody remember when Fina stations, that's a real Southwest kind of gas station, were serving up pink air? that inflate your tires with pink air.
I've seen this, but I do not remember what pink air is.
Back in the day, this is like the 60s, their commercials were like, Fina had flash. Gasoline isn't the same anymore because Fina's got flash. What the hell is flash? I guess like combustion or something. Crazy. But they had pink air for the tires.
That's terrifying.
Hilarious.
So many airplane size rum bottles. Oh yeah, I can give them out to the parents. Exactly. Exactly.
Hey, rid yourself of excess, Linda. I think you can provide a public service.
Exactly.
The parents would appreciate it.
Probably look at it and be like, "What? Oh, this is sealed. Okay, thanks. Bye."
Oh yeah, we're good. Oh, this has Godiva chocolate liqueur. There we go.
Some of those tires that would change colors.
Oh, seriously, things like that. Good old black rubber is basically the only way that you could possibly do this.
You just stopped talking. It was really weird. It was eerie.
No, I'm looking at something eerie on the TV and I'm thinking,
it's The Shining.
Yeah, The Shining is.
Scatman Crothers is trying to come save the day, but we all know he.
Well, we know what happens.
No kids in this senior building.
They should bring them through.
I know they should. I know
the folks they would love it.
Yeah, have trick or treaters. Have them show up. Why not?
People are bullying skeletons up. Make it fun.
I think that would be fun.
It's too true.
Scatman Crothers is trying to save the day in The Shining, and
it's trying really hard.
Not gonna go well.
That's because his cat does not have flash in the tank. If you did,
no, it's not the cat.
If you have pink air,
it's not the cat.
Anyway, there's a reference there.
The cat.
Errol was referring to the whole current trend to fill your tires with pure nitrogen. Somebody out there thought that this was a great idea, and that's just like people telling you need to have special speaker wire for your speakers from your hi-fi, and it costs $1,000. I'm like, oh, for God's sake. There we go. We're back to the hi-fi discussions of idiocy. But
the hi-fi discussions of
idiocy. And now we're talking about inflating your tires with nitrogen, pure nitrogen. I'm not entirely sure what that's supposed to do. It is a gas.
Okay.
It probably works as well as the other gases.
Our neighbors put up an 11-foot skeleton in their yard. Is that the one that's impossible to find, Lisa?
The one from like Lowe's? Hello.
No, Home Depot.
Oh, Depot has those.
Yeah, the one that you can't get. Because I passed one of those. And I thought, wow, they're brave, because here that might get stolen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have some sticky fingers locally. You got to be careful for that.
The gold-plated speaker wires will make it safer. I have some land in the swamp. Oh, man.
You know that gold is not as conductive as copper? Think about that for a while. Yeah. That's the kicker. Aluminum is not as conductive either, but it is used as electrical wire in some places. So
now I was thinking about the 11-foot skeleton because I feel like we need to do more outside of our house. I bought some kind of, I don't know what you would call them, posts from the Dollar Tree. It was 2 for $1.25. So I bought them, put them on either side of our steps. It was like, I don't know.
Well, decor.
We could do more decor
outside for Halloween.
Some of the houses around here are really fun with Halloween decor.
They are.
But I don't want to buy anything that's not from Dollar Tree because
you don't want to get stolen.
I don't want it to get stolen. So yeah. I gotta go back to Dollar Tree.
Gotta check those things out.
I know.
There's some good stuff. And like right now, like Los Depot actually has.
Oh, Julie saw a house that had those skeletons. I know. I thought they were so brave. I'm like, oh, I would be so afraid of that getting stolen. And we have a camera, and I would still be afraid of it getting stolen.
Hello. $1.50 tree.
$1.50 tree.
Oh, Amy, you're totally like preceding me here. Don't go the Hindenburg route and use hydrogen in your tires.
Oh no.
I wonder.
Oh, the humanity.
I wonder what kind of a problem that would be, because what would it take for you to ignite the air inside your tires? Your tire would have to blow.
Oh, the humanity.
Which would be spectacular, but it would be something.
We don't want that.
The one thing that would not happen is that your car would not become airborne, because there is not enough buoyancy in 4 tires worth of hydrogen.
Ew.
But
I did notice, though,
1 million cubic feet of hydrogen, that'll lift you.
Dollar Tree has a special section, stuff that's more than $1.25. What?
Specialty.
Oh, Wusong is one of those ginormous skeletons. Oh,
super fun.
We'll get a bang out of life. Oh no.
Ba-boom. Hydrogen is fun to play with in quantities about the size of a toy balloon. And I remember hearing about a physics demonstration at my college that was like that. It sounded hilarious. But when you have a huge quantity of it, well, that's a different story entirely. Anyway, is it about that?
Oh, use orange lights in place of your color lights on the porch. I want to do some purple. I feel like a lot of people have orange, which is great, but purple has been co-opted as a Halloween color. So,
well, sure.
And it
works.
Would coordinate with our door.
I think we have strands of purple that we could put out there, which would be great.
We need to do it.
Love to do it.
We need to do it.
And orange is easily had.
I'll invest another $1.25 outside.
What the heck? Door. I'm going to even invest $10 over at Michael's to get some orange lights, and away we go. Let's see what we got. Well, kid, it's a good broadcast.
I know.
A lot of fun. Talking about all sorts of topics.
I know. I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
She's been going on since super early. So have I.
Green lights and purple lights. Make it cool. I love that.
Oh,
I do love that. Green lights all year, Daniel has. Yes.
Oh, hello. Well, you're Ms. Green.
I know,
so of course
but I
you
love
do.
that.
Of course you do. That's awesome.
It's always right. Any holiday. I love that.
Got to do it. Green lights actually are very
I like
visible.
the green and purple. Yeah.
Good idea. Eyeball lights.
Oh, sleep in tomorrow, Kelly. Thank you. I'm so tired.
We're still
I'm not gonna lie. I'm like
talking crazy seasonal topics.
All right.
All these great things we've been talking about, all these French 75 things, make them, enjoy them.
Next week we're gonna have some cereal, I think.
We'll make some cereal.
I like that idea.
What the heck?
Yeah.
It's time for Boo Berry.
Turn your phone off, get sleep. Thank you.
Please.
I will.
All these records behind us are a lot of fun. I recommend them all. Pardon me. If you would like specific recommendations, I've actually did a review for those in Bachelor Pad magazine about 8 years ago. So if you don't have that, I can scare it up and let you know about that. Creepy season is upon us. There's fun things. I'm listening to it all. Just listen to the soundtrack of Sisters, the movie from the 70s. Super creepy. Bernard Herrmann. Definitely worth your time. Mm-hmm. So, and if you have any ideas, send them our way. If you have any jokes or things, please, what the heck?
Jokes.
If you'd like to tip us for a fun evening, Venmo is right there. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. If you have
dad jokes.
Dad jokes only, please. We've just played towels. We still have the
oh jeez. Don't break anything.
Glendora wine glasses. If you would like some of these, let us know. That materially helps the show. But there's always Venmo if you just want to throw us a little something. And all of our patrons tonight, thank you so much. You help to make this happen. If you'd like to become a patron, obviously, that's pretty easy to do. So as always, remember that we love you. We've had a great time this evening. We'll do it again next week. We're going to work cereal.
Next Wednesday. Cereal.
Versandy, be proud. We should get him on the broadcast. Where the hell are you, Versandy? Michael. Anyway, but
oh, Julie, I know.
No matter where you go, and no matter what you do, don't worry, because you're well taken care of. Because we'll see you soon.
Good night.